My name is Kiana Gibbs, and my final project for applied research is about maternal mortality. The title of my research project is Pregnant Black Women in America Are Dying. This is a topic that I'm very passionate about, and I chose it because one of my first times working in healthcare, me and some nurses were talking, and they kind of mentioned that if you're a pregnant black woman in America, you're pretty much dead, which led me to want to continue research and better understand the why behind that statement. So, maternal mortality has been something that has always existed since forever. And in 1915, they decided to kind of start monitoring it. During that time, it wasn't taken really seriously. It was not a requirement that providers actually checked that this woman died during childbirth. They kind of just, if they got around to checking that box, they did. If they didn't, they didn't. Oh well, no one really cared. It took about 15 to 20 years for states to start taking stuff seriously and creating their own ways and methods and review committees to monitor maternal mortality. And they would begin to send their results to the CDC, the World Health Organization, as it became about. They would send it to the maternal mortality system, which will surveillance system, which will monitor all that was going on. And then that's when people started noticing and realizing that, hey, black women are dying more in America. So, methods to like reduce maternal mortality, I personally would think it will cause for them to try and conquer that sexism and racism that is present in healthcare. It's not just present in healthcare, it's present all around, but in healthcare, it's there. They need to start listening to women. When women say something doesn't feel right, don't just tell them to wait it out or that it will pass. During most of my research on maternal mortality, I've learned that a lot of postpartum things and partum things could be treated antepartum, as in postpartum depression, things like that could be treated beforehand, because typically women who experience postpartum depression at some point during the pregnancy or attempt to get pregnant, they experience some sort of depression which rolled over. The stress, the anxiety, even blood pressure could be a problem that could need to be addressed, and that could help. Black women tend to tend to be more likely to die the more educated they are, which is completely opposite for many other races, which is kind of concerning. You kind of makes you wonder like why the more educated a black woman is, the more likely she is to die. So I would like to dig deeper in my research and find out the why behind it. It could be that more educated black women are more aware of what's going on and they're choosing not to go into healthcare facilities and receive the type of care that they need during their complications or when things start to get rocky during their pregnancy. It also could be just that black women that are more educated are aware of the stigma of if you're a black pregnant woman in America, you're dead. And they don't want to do that. So to avoid doing that, they choose not to go receive the care that they need. Also, insurance plays a part. We could work around and find things on insurance to extend that care past those 60 days of postpartum and or 6 months, and give them a year or 2 years, give them enough time to get reestablished, build insurance, and be able to maintain the quality care that they need. So in conclusion, I feel that maternal mortality is a very important topic and it needs to be conquered sooner rather than later, and the only way is to improve women's health overall. Thank you. Have a great night.